Welcome back to Gundam HQ. Today I'm going to be showcasing all 183 playable characters in Gundam Extreme vs. Maxi Boost ON, which will be releasing on PS4 sometime this year. I have a few things to explain before we get started, which will help you understand the roster a little bit better. First off, during the video you'll see multiple repeats of the same mobile suit. For example, you'll see the Impulse Gundam piloted by Shin Asuka, and you'll also see the Impulse Gundam piloted by Luna Maria. That's a different unit. When a mobile suit is repeated, this means it's different than the original in certain ways, whether that be a different cost. For example, Shin's Impulse costs 2.5k, while Luna's costs 2k. Or other examples of changes that include different levels of HP, different moves, or other different properties. Needless to say, while they may be very similar, they are still two different characters. Next up, I'm happy to announce a sponsored giveaway. BenQ has given me the chance to give you all a total of 2 free screen bar computer desk lamps. They sent me one to try out a while back, and while I was pretty skeptical at first admittedly, I was pretty surprised to find out just how useful a lamp that attaches to the back of your monitor can really be. It's out of the way, there's no glare on my monitor, it lights up my desk area, and it reduces eye strain. If you want to enter the giveaway, please click the link in the description to a website called Gleam. There you have the option to do extra tasks, so that way you get extra submissions and a better chance of winning that reward. And remember, if you win, you will need to provide a shipping address of some sort to BenQ so they can actually send you the product. I'll be giving away one of the two now and one later down the line. With all that said, let's get right into the full roster for Gundam Extreme vs. Maxi Boost ON. And apologies in advance if I mispronounce anything. Different translations have different pronunciations, so things get complicated and I'm also an idiot. First, we have characters from Mobile Suit Gundam 0079. First, we have the classic RX-78-2 at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Amuro Ray. We also have the RX-78-2 assisted by the G-Armor for a 2,000 cost, also piloted by Amuro Ray. Char's Gelgoog at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Char. Guy at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Akahana. Gian at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Makuve. Zeong at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Char. Char's Zaku 2 at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Char. Doan Zaku 2 at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Doan. Lastly, for 0079, we have a suit that's not from 0079. Instead, it's from Plamo Kiyoshiro. It is the Perfect Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Shiro Kyoda. Next, we have characters from Zeta Gundam, starting with the Zeta Gundam itself at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Camille Bidan. The Hyaku Shiki at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Quattro Bagina. The Gundam Mark II Ayug with its backpack, otherwise known as the Super Gundam, at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Emma Sheen. The Masala at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Paptimus Shirako. The O at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Paptimus Shirako. The Hammurabi at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Yazan. The Gundam Mark II Titans Colors at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Camille Bidan. The Marasai and Gabflay at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Jared. The Boundock at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Jared. Next, we have characters from Double Zeta, starting off with the Full Armor Double Zeta at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Judo Ashita. The regular Double Zeta at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Judo Ashita. Hamon's Kubile at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Hamon. Puru's Kubile at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Puru. Puru 2's Kubile at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Puru 2. The Zaku 3 Custom at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Mashamar. The Gundam Mark II Ayug Colors at a 1.5k cost, piloted by L. The Zeta Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Ru. The Zeta Zaku at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Ino. Guy at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Haman. Onto the characters from Char's Counterattack, we have the New Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Amuro Ray. The Sazabi at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Char. The REGZ at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Chan. Gyune's Jagdoga at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Gyune. On to characters from F91, we have the F91 Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Seabook. The Berga Gyros at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Zabine. On to characters from Victory Gundam, we have the Victory 2 Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Uso. The Victory Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Uso. The Gun EZ at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Junko Genko. Fair warning, I always mispronounce this one, but the Gatrilaton at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Katejina. The Victory Gundam at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Marbet. The Gedlov at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Katejina. On to characters from G Gundam, we have the God/Burning Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Domon. The Dragon Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Sai. The Spiegel or Shadow Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Schwarzbruder. The Master Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Master Asia. The Nobel Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Allenby. The Shining Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Domon. The Rising Gundam at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Rain. On to characters from Gundam Wing, we have the Wing Zero Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Hero. The Epion at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Miliardo. The Wing Zero Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Katra. The Ultron Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Wu Fei. The Sandrock Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Katra. The Heavy Arms at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Trawa. The Gundam Death Scythe Hell at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Duo. The Talgeese 2 at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Trays. On to characters from Endless Waltz, we have the Wing Zero Custom Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Hero. The Heavy Arms Custom at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Trawa. The Gundam Death Scythe Hell Custom at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Duo. The Talgeese 3 at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Miliardo. On to characters from Gundam X, we have the Double X at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Garrett and Tifa. The Gundam X Divider at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Jamil. The Versago at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Shigeya. The Gundam X at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Garrett and Tifa. On to characters from Turn A, we have the Turn A Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Lauren. The Kapul and Kapul Custom at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Sochi and Korin. The Gold Sumo at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Harry. The Turn X at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Jim Gingham. The Silver Sumo at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Poe. On to Gundam Seed, we have the Freedom Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Kira Yamato. The Strike Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Kira Yamato. The Perfect Strike Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Mulaflaga. The Forbidden Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Shani Andras and supported by Orga Savnak and Clotho Boer. The Providence Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Raoul Lecreuset. The Lago at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Andrew Waltfeld. The Dual Gundam Assault Shroud at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Isaac Jewell. The Blitz Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Nicola Malfi. The Buster Gundam at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Diarca Elsman. The Raider Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Clotho Boer. On to characters from Gundam Seed Destiny, we have the Strike Freedom Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Kira Yamato. The Infinite Justice Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Athrin Zala. The Destiny Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Shin Asuka. The Impulse Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Shin Asuka. Lunamaria's Custom Gunner Zaku Warrior at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Lunamaria Hawk. The Gaia Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Stella Lucer. The Legend Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Rei Zaburel. The Impulse Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Lunamaria Hawk. The Infinite Justice Gundam at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Lacus Klein. Waltfeld's Custom Gaia Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Andrew Waltfeld. The Strike Rouge Otori Pack at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Kagaliula Atha. Heine's Goof Ignited at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Heine Westenflus. Heine's Destiny Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Heine Westenflus. The Akatsuki Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Mulaflaga. On to characters from Gundam 00, we have the 00 Riser at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Setsuna F. Seiei. The Cherubim Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Lock-On Stratos. The Arios Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Alleluia Haptism. The EXA Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Setsuna F. Seiei. The Gundam Dynamis at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Lock-On Stratos. The Throne Dre at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Nina Trinity. The Susanoo at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Graham Aker, aka Mr. Bushido. The Archie Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Aliel Sanchez. The Reborn's Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Ribbons Almark. The GNX-3 at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Patrick Kolasauer. The Tieran Tautsi at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Soma Pires. On to characters from Awakening of the Trailblazer, we have the 00 Quanta at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Setsuna F. Seiei. The Raphael Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Tieria Arde. The Brave Commander Test Type at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Graham Aker. The Gundam Zabanya at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Lock-On Stratos. The Gundam Harut at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Alleluia Haptism and Marie Parfasy. On to characters from Gundam Unicorn, we have the Unicorn Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Banager Lynx. The Delta Plus at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Ridhi Marcinus. The Kshatriya at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Marita Cruz. The Banshee Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Marita Cruz. The Sananju at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Full Frontal. The Rosen Zulu at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Angelo Soper. The Full Armor Unicorn Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Banager Lynx. The Banshee Norn at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Ridhi Marcinus. On to characters from Gundam Age, we have the Age 1 at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Flit Asano. The Age 2 at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Asimu Asano. The Age 3 at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Kyo Asano. The Zedra at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Zehart. The Legilis at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Zehart. The Age FX at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Kyo Asuno. The Age 2 Darkhound at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Asimu Asuno. The Farsia at a 2,000 cost point, piloted by Yurin and Daisil. On to characters from G-Reco, we have the G-Self at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Bellry. The Mac-Knife at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Mask. The G-Arcane at a 2,000 cost point, piloted by Ida. The G-Self Perfect Pack at a 3,000 cost point, piloted by Bellry. On to characters from Iron-Blooded Orphans, we have the Barbatos, or Barbatos depending on your translation, at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Mikazuki August. the Chimaris Trooper at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Gaelio, the Barbatos or Barbatos Lupus at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Mikazuki August, the Gushin Rebake Full City at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Akihiro, Gundam Bile at a 3,000 cost, piloted by McGillis. For build fighters, we have the Build Strike at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Sei and Reijay. Onto War in the Pocket, we have the Gundam Alex at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Christina McKenzie. The Zaku 2 Kai at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Bernie Wiseman. The Camphor at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Mikhail. Onto characters from Stardust Memory, we have the GPO-1 Full Vernier at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Ko. The GPO-2 at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Gato. The GPO-3 Stamen at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Ko. The Gerbera Tetra at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Sima. Gato's Gelgoog at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Gato. Onto characters from 8th MS Team, we have the EZ-8 at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Shiro. The Goof Custom at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Norris. The Ground Gundam at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Shiro. Onto characters from MS Igloo, we have the Zuda at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Jean-Luc. The Hidalfer at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Demazir. Onto characters from Thunderbolt, we have the Full Armor Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by E.O. Fleming. The Psycho Zaku at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Daryl Lorenz. The Atlas Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by E.O. Fleming. Onto characters from Crossbone, we have the X1 Full Cloth at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Tobia. The X1 Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Kincaid. The X2 Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Zabine. The X3 Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Tobia. The Phantom Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Font. Onto characters from Blue Destiny, we have the Blue Destiny Unit 1, piloted by Yu. The Ifrit Custom at a 1.5k cost, piloted by Nimbus. Onto characters from Beltorchika's Children, we have the High New Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Amuro Ray. The Nightingale at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Char. Onto characters from Gundam Seed Astray, we have the Red Frame Astray at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Lo. The Red Frame Kai at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Lo. The Blue Frame Astray at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Guy. The Gold Frame Amatsu at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Gina. The Hyperion Gundam at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Kennard. The Dreadnought Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Prayer. The Gold Frame Amatsu Mina at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Mina. The Red Frame Dragon at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Lo. Onto characters from Gundam Seed Stargazer, we have the Stargazer Gundam at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Sol and Selene. The Strike Noir at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Sven. From Sentinel, we have the XS at a 3,000 cost. From Hathaway's Flash, we have the Cassie Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Hathaway. The Penelope Gundam at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Lane. From Gundam MSV, we have the Zaku 2 High Mobility Type Johnny Ridden Custom at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Johnny Ridden. The Zaku 2 High Mobility Type Shin Matsunaga Custom at a 2,000 cost, piloted by Shin Matsunaga. From OOV, we have the Avalanche Exia at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Setsuna FCA. The 007 Swords at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Setsuna. The 00 Quanta Full Saber at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Setsuna. From Build Fighters AR at a 3,000 cost, we have Meijin Kawaguchi. And lastly, from Gundam EXA, we have the Extreme Gundam Type Leos Eclipse Phase at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Leos. The Extreme Gundam Type Leos Xenon Phase at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Leos. The Extreme Gundam Type Leos Agios Phase at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Leos. The Extreme Gundam Type Leos 2 at a 3,000 cost, piloted by Leos. The Extreme Gundam Type Stasia Excelia at a 2.5k cost, piloted by Zeta. And that does it for the list of all playable characters in Gundam Extreme vs. Maxi Boost ON, and I'm pretty exhausted now, let me just say that. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, as well as leave a comment and tell me what you thought. And don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with Maxi Boost ON. This is going to be a game I'm going to be covering for a long time. I'm very excited for this one. And don't be afraid to check that link in the description for the BenQ screen lamp. Someone's going to win it, so why not you? And also consider joining our Gundam HQ Discord server. We would absolutely love to have you. As always, thank you so much for watching, and this is Gundam HQ, signing off.